In the beginning there were quadcopters, then there were mini quadcopters, 250 size most of them, and then there were 180 sized mini quadcopters. They're getting smaller all the time. And then there were 160 sized mini quads, and they kept getting smaller, and all was good with the world. And of course, let's not forget that I had my Ladybird FPV quadcopter, built that years ago. When Walkera saw that, I think they just built their own, because they did a very similar thing to this afterwards. And of course you go right down to the Cheerson CX10, the tiny little weeny quadcopter, which this one doesn't have FPV or anything, but I think they do now. You can get them with a camera in them. Woohoo! Amazing. But last week I got a new box from Foxtech FPV, and it's that. This is the TL130. They make a 150, 130, 120, and when I looked on the side of the box, it didn't tell me anything. I've lost it. Where'd it go? Oh, you were 130. This is the 130 in here, and it's the plug and fly, virtually plug and fly. And I'm not going to unbox it because I couldn't wait. I've already got it ready to fly. None of these part 1, part 2s are reviews these days. It's all go in one. And this is it. This is the really cute tiny, here's my hand. Let's have a look at it. That's how big it is compared to my hand. And if you thought that my Walkera was small, well, this is actually about the same rotor span. This is actually about a 130, and so is that. Of course, when you look at the difference, this is a spindly, slow, little tiny thing with 2-year-old technology. State of the art. It's small, but it looks like it's incredibly fast. Carbon fiber frame, as you can see, which is great. Little soft rubbery feet on the bottom. Woohoo, that's nice. It came with this battery, which is a 450 milliamp hour 3-cell pack. 35C, they say. See that? 35C. I guess we'll find out when we thrash it. It looks pretty damn good, really. The thing I like about this compared to the DYS, if we look at the DYS that I reviewed a while ago, notice it's got the ESCs built into the arms here. So if you bugger an ESC, you've got to buy a new arm. Ugh, that's horrible. It makes it easy to build and lightweight and everything, but, it's so much nicer when you can just change an ESC. Look, these are just regular ESCs, 3 connections on this end, 2 on that end. These ones are 6 amp, because that's all you need for something this small. 30-20 props, little 2-bladers. I must get some of these because a lot of quads are using these now. They look pretty fragile to me. See if they stand up, don't know. 4,000 kV motors, so it should zip along. And inside here, according to the instructions, we have a Naze 32 board just down in here. You can't really see much. It's all pretty squeezed up tight in there, but there's a Naze 32 board there. And we have a 5.8 gigahertz video transmitter here. It looks pretty good. I found a couple of things I wasn't too chuffed about to start with. For a start, where are we? Let me see if I can turn it around and show you. On this side, because it's a Naze 32 board, you can plug it into your USB port on your computer. They even provide a little lead. Where's the box? I'll show you the lead just so that you can see I'm not lying. Oh, here's the box over here. They even provide this cute little lead because it's got these kind of little tiny mini connectors which won't take a USB connection, but hey, they provide this lead here which has USB on this end and one of these tiny little plugs there. That little plug there has to plug into this connector on the quadcopter, but there's this standoff in the way. Oh no, who designed that? What were they drinking when they designed that? The standoff gets in the way of plugging in your computer to tune your quad. Hopefully it's all nicely tuned out of the box. Otherwise, you'd be taking the standoff in and out all day as you fart around with the PIDs. Never mind. I also noticed that one of these screws, which one was it? I think I screwed it in. One of the screws on the end was loose. It was actually about 2 mils out, so they hadn't tightened all the screws. And also, looking at this thing, we noticed this balance lead, that's sure as hell going to get caught in propeller. There's no provision to store that out of the way, so I'm going to have to tape that down. Doesn't reach to the battery strap, so that's a bit of a fail. And also this antenna here, this is the FPV antenna. It's not a circularly polarized antenna, it's just a sleeve dipole, and you can bet that if you have a bit of a ding, that's going to get taken off by the propeller. So you have to find a better way to deal with this. I can't just tape it to the battery because then it won't work. And I'd love to see something circularly polarized. Maybe I will play around later if this thing flies okay, see if I can put a better antenna on there. The other thing, of course, it's got a camera. It is FPV. This camera, however, is a pretty cheap looking CMOS thing. It's very small, but I'm not too optimistic in terms of picture quality, either by resolution or by way of light handling. But on the plus side, you can tilt it. Look, not much, but you can tilt it. It is accessible from below. You can tilt the damn thing up. One thing that has me confused is this label. Remove seal after washing. What? How am I supposed to wash this thing? Should I soak it in a bucket of cold water or what? What? Come on, there's no mention of that in the manual. I think that could be a buzzer, but what are you going to wash? If you know what this means, please contact me. I'd love to know. But it's genuine taro. Look, there's the hologram. Ooh, hologram. Ooh, look at that. Faster than light. So, all in all, that video transmitter's in a nice little metal case. It looks pretty damn slick. I'm looking forward to flying this thing. I'll put the FrSky XSR receiver in there, just that piece of cake, because this, focus, yep, this Naze 32 comes set up to run SBus or CPPM, and of course the XSR will run XBus or CPPM. I've run it SBus. I've run it on SBus because there's lower latency in SBus. Woo, so I'm hoping that this will fly really nicely. Where do you put your antennas? Well, I've bunged one underneath here and bunged one at the top. Hopefully that'll work. The battery has JST, which is all you need for something this small. And what can I do? Charge the battery? Let's go fly it. And by the way, the all-up weight for those of you who want to stay under 250 grams without a battery, 91 grams. That's all ready to go, just the battery to add. And so it depends on what sort of battery you use, exactly what the final flying weight is, but that is well under 250 grams for those of you in America who don't want to have to register but still want to fly miniquad. And with the supplied battery all ready to fly, everything in place, we're still only talking 136 and a half grams by the look of it. It's pretty damn light. So I'm going to go and do some flying now, see how it goes. Well, there we go. I've just had a quick fly of this. No spotter, no radio, out here at the airfield, but I was in my hangar, so it didn't matter. I was in my workshop. You can fly it inside as much as I like, and it's so small. I can fly it inside, flew it around, didn't hit anything, which is always a bonus. Handles quite nicely as far as I can tell indoors. It really, it's peppy because this 130 has the same motors as the DYS 160. So look at the difference in size, difference in weight. This is peppier. This flies really quick. I'm impressed with the speed of this thing. This is even peppier. I haven't been able to wind it right out because I'm inside. But obviously, if you need to fly inside, all the gaps are so much bigger when you've got one of these. And I'm just going to, the battery was only half charged, so I only got a couple of minutes, didn't want to push it too hard. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's just a wonderful little quad. The technology, it's amazing. And as I say, the camera surprised me too. I was expecting a low, the resolution's not that crash hot, let's face it, but the colors are good. And the, it just worked pretty good. The FPV system seemed to work okay, limitations of the linear antenna notwithstanding. And yeah, what I'll do in the next couple of days is I'll get someone to come out and spot for me and film. Hopefully they can get this on the camera. It's pretty small though. And I'll do some live video feed. I'll record it on the DVR and we'll look at that. So this is turning into a two-part review. But I can tell you right now that I love this little thing. It just flies so nicely. It really has surprised me in a very positive way. Now this one came from Foxtech FPV. And I don't, as you know, whether people send me stuff or whether I buy it makes no damn difference to my reviews. And I'm also not part of any affiliate scheme, but having said that, if you want some more details on this, go to the Foxtech site and have a look. And if you want to buy it, check out Foxtech's prices. I don't know how they compare to others, but they had the courtesy and the niceness to send me this to review. So if you're tossing up who to buy it from Foxtech, perhaps, and repay them the kindness, because you got to see how it was before you had to lay your money down. You got some objective information. Now, as I say, this was part one. It wasn't going to be a two-part review, but it's turned out that way because I can't fly it outside and do the video. Stay tuned. As soon as the weather allows, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, I might find a place indoors, try and thrash this, ring it out, see how it goes, because I'm quite optimistic. It's looking really good from the short flight I've had. So there you go. Questions, comments, anything at all, stick it in the place provided by YouTube. I'll do my best to answer it. In the meantime, I'm going to take this home. I'm going to charge it up. I'm going to fly till the sun goes down. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Is that right?
Yep.
Is it very big in the frame?
No.
Is
You're quite high up. You have zoomed right out.
Zoomed right in?
In.
Yeah. And that's